crazy place. Like all this, you can see that's all building obviously, but then look how that looks similar to like that and that. Like see how it's all like it's all wall, but it just looks like that's wall, and like that would have been a wall. That would have been a wall. That would have been a wall. All this would have been wall. Like this whole thing, all this is melted building. You can see it's all leaning back, like so it's all like melting backwards, leaning over, down, backwards. It's all building. Like the whole thing, all this is building. All of it. Over here you got more buildings sticking through. Well, it's all just rock. You wouldn't think it's building, but it is. This shows you. Like see how it's all that's all blocks. Like it's all brick. Like it really is all brick. But that's I can see that. That's definitely building. See that and that. That's definitely a building. But it just looks like cooked out nature now. It looks natural. You think it's just nature, but it's not. Like look at this. You can see how it's turned to nature here and all rock and stuff. But that's a wall. Like that's a wall. Clearly a wall of a building. And all this, like all that, is red brick. See how square that is? You can't build it that square with rock and stone. Like it just doesn't happen. That's all red brick. All of it. The whole thing is red brick. Everything you see up here is all red brick. All structure, the whole thing. What are you doing? Like, can you imagine it? Look at the size of this joint. Like, that's a building. Like, you can see it leaning back slightly. Like, all of that is building. All of this is building. Even all this is all structure. Like, it's all whole world is structure. It takes a while to see that and to know that, but you do eventually see it, and then you got no choice but to believe it because you're left with nothing. Like all that, that's a wall. It's a wall. Yeah, it shows it a bit better. You can see like the level across there, like that was one part of the building. Then it came in and then it steps up again, it's another part of the building. Like these buildings were monsters. Then you got over in the background all the wall, like that's all wall. Oh, I've got to love the chemtrails. Yeah, that'll be right. I'm not sure which ones show it, but there is bricks. I've found bricks in here. Well, there's a brick. See? Brick. There's like, I don't know which photo I found. I found a clump of them somewhere. But it's all red brick. Even all this, how it looks like it's stone and stuff. Like it's just the way it's cooked out, and it's cooked the rendering, and it's turned the bricks. They've like more fused into stones. That's what's happened. Like, it happens all over the world. You got red brick up here. The pancakes are a bit flat, but that's red brick. And that's the inside of the joint. Like that's cooked out. Like that is all red brick too. All of it. The whole thing, like this whole place is red brick, the whole place. Even all that's all red brick. I know it's hard to believe, but like, look up here, red brick. Like they're not just going to put one there for a repair job. Here, more red brick. it's all cooked out and turned to stone, but you can see that's red brick. Like you can see it just hasn't changed colour yet because that like different amounts of heat and all sorts of stuff like have to do with it. That's it's all warped and stuff, but you can see that was a brick. Like definitely all red brick. You can still see the red colour and everything. Look at that. That's showing the brick lines, but they're all squished down. Like this whole building has gone and squished down and squished these layers. Like that should be one whole brick. Like that should be a whole brick, and that should be a whole brick, and that should be a whole brick. They've pancaked down because it's melting. It's like the whole building squished down on itself. And it's all cooked out here, turned into stone and rah rah rah. All that, like, it's all red brick. There's one up there. I know it's hard to get your head around, but it's like you got to make sense of what you see, and like that's all brick. How do you build an archway? Like it's not very easy to build archway and to build off. Look at this rubble. Like you think they're going to use rubble like that to build a foundation, but then blend into a wall that's rendered with a facade covering, and it's just like it all sticks out further than the rendering. So like what happened to the rendering? You can see it's still rendered all here. Like why is all this sticking out further than the render? You'd think that would have all been flat wall, wouldn't it? Perfect flat wall with the perfect archway and a perfect flat wall. There's a brick there. Melted, you can see like all this gone black, charred, turned to nature looking, but it's facade. That's just the facade covering. It's gone. It's been cooked and it's sort of turning to natural looking stuff. Just another cooked out building. It's worldwide. This stuff is everywhere. Everywhere. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable how everywhere. But look at this. You can see, like that's the top of an arch. Yeah, you can see how it's all basically like brick lines, all the way through, all the way down. They're just cooked out. Look at them. It's cooked. All black and charred and messed up. Look. If that kept going though, that would have turned to nature looking stuff, and you'd think it's just a natural cave in the bush. But it's all caves are melted buildings. The insides of melted buildings. The whole world is building. All the mountains are all structure of some kind. Like some might have been just for a mountain, but most of them are buildings with tunnels and rooms and all sorts on the inside. Like it's crazy. Cities below mountains. And they're like all over the world. It's everywhere. All over the world. But see the render? So you can tell that whole wall, look, it goes all the way down. That should go all the way to the top, and all the way to the bottom, and all that should be covered, and all of it. All this should be covered. That whole wall should be render. And you can't just say the render fell off, because like it's this rock is all bulged out and it's pushed past the render, so that could never have been flat render like that, or a flat facade. It could never have been level and flat. Would have had to been all jaggedy and all messed up because of the rock. Well, you see over here, there's a bit of your facade covering left and a bit of your facade covering left. Like all that too used to be. Look, you can see a big hole in here. That's from the melt. That's cooked. That's energy. Zzz, left a massive hole in there. But that should be all facade too. That should be the same as this, all facaded. All of it. Like even over here, it's all building. And this, you can almost see that line and see this line, like it's almost like that should be sitting up here somewhere. And all of it has melted down into the melt, into here, and it's gone, and it's come in and like it, who knows how, the bottom might be here. So this might have been like right up here. right up here, level with up here somewhere. It's all melted. The whole mountain is melted, and it's fallen in, and you can see it on the angle leaning over. Like, that's not natural. That's not nature. That's not how sediments fall. Like, it's not. It's just not. And like all this rock is red brick. Like, and you can almost see, look at that. There you go. Oh no. What happened? You can't see it's brick, but it's definitely red. That's red brick. That is definitely red brick. That's all nature looking like. And all this, all that, all red brick. All should be facaded. All should have that facade covering. Like, see how it is here? Facade covering, facade covering, facade covering. All of it should be perfect facade. Like, the old world brickwork was absolute perfection. Like, it should be perfection. Another random bit of wall and stuff. Like, just pockets of survival that made it through. Like, you can almost see up there. That looks like it's a bit of a wall. Because all that's building too. Like, it's the whole thing. The whole damn thing is all building. Big, massive, melted cities. Like, huge, they were massive, grand, majestic kingdom this place was. Like, wow. It's amazing. Once you see it, you're like, wow, like, this stuff would have been epic. Like, epic when it was all standing. It's in absolute ruins now. The world is absolutely trash. On this, you see your facade covering, so all that should be facade. It's all bulged up and pushed out and all over the joint, and you can see the facade there, so all this should be facade. All this should be facade. It looks like it's built like that with blocks and stuff, but that is all red brick too. You can see it's melted in here because it's buried this archway. There's an arch in there. Like, you can see that's not meant to be half underground, but this whole thing could have like melted down. This whole building could have melted down into the mount. You got your colour of the red brick, but see, it's bulging out and all bulging out. That should be all level. This should come all the way along, connect, like that's like your edging sort of thing, or should be all. It's crazy. And this shows your rendering. That's like got your rendering cooked into the brick, and it's all cooked out. Rendering. Like, all this and all this and all of it is red brick. So you got your rendering. So you know this whole wall should be render or facade, depends on what you call it. Like, full on once you start to see this stuff. Like, you just can't unsee it anymore. Like, it just stands out like dog's balls. It's just in your face. Like, again, look at all this and look how that looks compared to how like that roughly looks the same, doesn't it? That's a wall. That's a cooked out melted wall of a massive ancient building. And like, it should be level, like that should be there, but that bit's cooked out and melted off, or like whatever, like, and all that is all building. All buried arch. All facade. Yeah, like that's not just going to be built in the ground like that. Going nowhere, like, they're not going to waste their time. Look how like intricate that is. And then you can see this bit's melted. Like, that should be perfect like that. It should be all perfection. Can you imagine how long it would have taken to lay all this stuff? Like, look at all the different angles, and they've all got to be tucked and pointed, and like Oh mate, it's like all this work, different layer, different layer, different layer, different layer, like different layer, different layer, different like it's got like 10, 20 different steps going from out to in. That's not easy to build that shit. Like it's not built out of stone. It's all red brick with a render over the top. That's what it is. Underneath that will be all red brick. You can just see one there. Red brick. The whole thing. And see how it's all turned to nature though? It looks like nature. Why is it turned to nature? Like, gotta make it make sense. And over here, look at that. Look at it. It's all turned to nature. You can still see it's the edging, but it's lost all its definition and it's all melted. It's all cooked, melted, all melted. All this, all melted, like because it should look like that. Should look like that all the way around. Look, it's all sort of melted and joined and melted into one big blob. Black and charred and cooked, all cooked. And it almost blends into that, like that. It's the same as that. It's just thicker, bigger, and it just, yeah, you'd think it's nature, but it's not. Nature's not natural. As crazy as that is to get your head around, like, if you're new to this, I understand you won't believe me, like, that's fine, like, I'm not trying to get you to believe me, I'm trying to get you to see it and believe in yourself. Believe your own eyes. What do you see? Like, look at all this damage. What's it from? Like, it's not. Like, you could say maybe a bomb hit that corner, but what caused all this? Like, what caused it all to go all messed up, looking like it is? And that's brick. Like, what happened to them? What happened to all this? What happened to all this? All that? All this? And why is it like blocks and bricks and stones and like everything? Like, what? Who would build like that? In their right mind, who would build a building using like messed up blocks? You got blocks and then messed up blocks and then bricks and then back to melted looking bricks and back to little tiny stones. It was almost like gravel. Like, it just doesn't end. And all this is all building. It's all building. It would have been some kind of building. Like. All your facade again, all your facade, so you know that 100%, all that and all that and all this, and all of it should be flat, perfect flat facade. Should look like a perfectly flat wall. Shouldn't be all muffed up looking like it is. This isn't damage from bombs, this is electrical event. It's cooked, the energy went through the buildings and it's cooked it from the inside out. They're smashing chemtrails at this joint. The whole building. The whole thing. All of it. The whole building. And like the whole world doesn't have to necessarily be building, it could be statues, it could be like ornamental sort of stuff, because the whole world was sort of made to admire and look at, not to really, like a lot of the stuff you had no toilets, had no bathrooms, kitchens, nothing. All the castles and stuff have no toilets and stuff. Like, they weren't made to live in, they were components to the circuit board, and they were made to look at, and that's why they got so much detail, like all sacred geometry and used in it all, and it's all amazing. The old world that's still left over that didn't melt, it's incredible stuff, like, it's amazing. And all this would have had inside, it would have had intricate work, and it would have had fancy detailed roofing, and like, I'm not sure what roof there would have been, like, where's it gone? Could have been fire, like, so it could have been a timber roof. Fires cooked it out and burned it, because the whole world would have caught on fire, but in a sense. But anyway, just another one, another place to show you. I thought I'd make a quick vid on. Hope you enjoyed, and much love.